Well, NXT, Raw, we're talking about a few things because there's some stuff we got to talk about. Yeah. Some of it's funny, some of it's not, some of it's, hey. Anyway, Canadian Content Wrestling Show here. I'm Andrew. This is DA Wrestling. Let's get going. Okay, on today's show, MARIAHMAY gets a new name. We're going to talk about that because it's interesting. All right, there's a new WWE, there's a new champion. His name's Gunther. Didn't get a cash in though. JC Jane's going to put her title on the line at Evolution 2. Where will be determined soon. All right. CM Punk is facing John Cena in Saudi Arabia. Ron Killings is back. Not R-Truth. Let's not get confused this here. And we're talking about me a couple other things too. Anyway, before we get started, everything though, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. We appreciate it. We're a small channel here, small YouTube channel. Right? Trying to grow, big. Hey, click that little button there. Subscribe. Small click for you, massive click for us here on DA Wrestling. We appreciate it. We thank you very much. We are Canadian content. We are doing our best here. Anyway, let's get started with MARIAHMAY, who now has a new name. Her name is Blake Monroe. Did a nice little vignette of it of her in the bathroom with little like newspaper clippings on her, like a very cartoon-esque, right? And he goes, I need to get ready, gets out of the bathtub. No, they didn't show anything, folks, so let's keep your, let's not get too crazy there. And they revealed her name is Blake Monroe. Now, first saw this here, I wasn't like, okay, Blake Monroe. Not crazy about the name, but I get it. Turns out, though, right, when you Google Blake Monroe, right, some stuff about her wrestling comes up. Other stuff comes up of a former adult film performer named Blake Monroe. Obviously, a guy, we kind of looked at it here a little bit. Looks a little bit like her. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Makes you wonder if they kind of have thoughts in the beginning. So I was going, hey, this might be a good idea. Now, obviously, that's not really how MARIAHMAY picked her name, right? Right? Apparently, from what people are saying too, they have a list of names, a list of surnames, and they give it to WWE, and they kind of choose the names. Blake actually is the name of her niece, from what I understand, reading reports on that. So that Monroe is kind of an ode to Marilyn Monroe. But the fact that it's also a porn star's, an ex-former porn star's name, adult film star's name, is kind of funny. Who knows if there'll be kind of backlash on this? I'm sure WWE's going to try to erase most stuff of the adult film star. I mean, let's be honest. The person wasn't really a massively huge name in the industry, I guess. I didn't really hear. I've never heard of her, so. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have. There was probably more into porn than I am. So, it is what it is. But, right, we'll see what goes on with the development here. They may change the name. Maybe they just might go with MARIAHMAY, because MARIAHMAY is her technically, in a sense, almost like her actual legal name, kind of, right? So WWE does do this often. It's not like it's like a new thing where they just give somebody a new name. I mean, Ricky Starks is now Ricky Saints, right? Right. Some people they do it for, some people they don't. It really all depends. So, Blake Monroe is the former MARIAHMAY. I might just call her MARIAHMAY. I like the name better. But anyway, good for her. She's going to officially sign her contract next week on NXT. Sure, we get our first match after that. Because you know what? She's an excellent talent. She really is. It's just the name. I'm sure after a while, if you look her up her name, you'll probably just get Blake Monroe, former turned WWE star, former MARIAHMAY. I'm sure that's what we'll get eventually. You never know, though. Anyway, moving on to Raw. So Jey Uso's title reign, you guys like it? Yeah, it all lasted all about a fart. Because Jey Uso's title reign is over to Gunther. Jey Uso lost on Monday night to Gunther in almost the exact same way, basically the exact same way that Jey Uso beat Gunther at WrestleMania. Weird, eh? So Gunther's the new champion. Title reign lasts apparently, I guess it was 50 days, maybe a little more than that. Uh, Look, the guy won the title. All right, he's still more over than anybody else. He really, at the end of the day, Jey Uso doesn't really need the title. He doesn't, right? And he was never going to go on a massive run. So everybody out there who's saying, "Oh, well, they just cut his title reign run, they ruined it." He was never going to go on a long run. Has nothing to do. Like, it's nothing to do with like how I feel about Jey Uso. I like Jey Uso. I think his music's very catchy. He's a very good wrestler, right? Part of the Hawaii family. He's really good and talented at what he does. But when you're that over, you really need the title. Even Cody, you can argue, doesn't need the title at this point either. You can argue it, right? But we'll see what happens moving forward. Gunther, you gotta wonder how long Gunther's gonna hold this title. Consider the fact that Seth Rollins has the Money in the Bank. Now, I was expecting a cash in, right, on Raw, right? Because you want to probably get that title faster on as fast as you can on Seth Rollins for the most part. They didn't do that. It's almost like they heard everybody say that, and they're like, "Nah, screw you." So Seth's gonna look like gonna hold that title for more, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't hold out like Gunther holds that title, doesn't hold that title that long. Is Seth gonna cash in on him? I think so, because I think there's other plans for the WWE title. But I think Gunther's gonna be cashed in on maybe at Night of Champions, maybe. Speaking of Night of Champions, speaking of cash-ins, and Seth Rollins decided to come on out during at the end of John Cena and CM Punk's promo stuff that they talked about, which was very, very good, and kind of teased him cashing in on John Cena or CM Punk. I don't see that happening at all. He's kind of throwing a little curveball there, right? I just don't see it. It makes no sense to me. Seth's on Raw, unless they plan on doing the draft, which is talk they're going to do a draft at the end of June. That maybe Seth moves to SmackDown. I don't see that. Seth's pretty much like John Cena was at one point a career Raw guy. So I just don't see it. But CM Punk versus John Cena was announced for Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. Doing an excellent promo back and forth, very reminiscent. They kind of a little bit of callback there during it of when John Cena got taken out by CM Punk, and CM Punk all went up to the top of the ramp in a Stone Cold jersey, in a Stone Cold shirt, and dropped the infamous pipe bomb. Right? Saying, "I hope you're comfortable right now, John." Right? Which he said before. In thing, or hope you're not comfortable. One or the other. Right? So CM Punk mentioned that how the title is it's like poison. It corrupts you. Right? It corrupted him when he wanted it, right? And he's saying he doesn't want the title now, but he feels he has to go for the title now, right? To save everybody else. Because it corrupts people. And everyone's goal in WWE should be to become the world champion. I think it is, for the most part. I mean, I'd be my goal. Right? So John Cena, CM Punk challenged John Cena. John Cena said, "Yeah, we're going to do this. Not tonight, though. You want to do this, you can come all the way to Saudi Arabia and do it." Now, for those who don't know the background there, CM Punk has said some statements before about Saudi Arabia, like he wouldn't go because of this blood money. I don't think he's going to turn down $1 million or $2 million to go. Unless you're Kevin Owens. Even Sami Zayn turned down for a while, but Sammy's more political reasons than actual money or any of that stuff. His stuff is completely political. Sammy's obviously Syrian, right? Stuff with Saudi Arabia, Syria is much better now. There's more political reasons for that. Whereas Punk's is more money driven, probably. But if that's what they're going to do to have CM Punk versus John Cena, I'm looking forward to it. I think CM Punk's going to win. Probably not. I'm still thinking Cody's going to win this at SummerSlam. That's what I think that's going to happen. I don't think Seth's going to cash in on John Cena or CM Punk because I don't think CM Punk's going to win. Like if Punk won, I'd be more inclined to sit there and say that makes sense for Seth to cash in on Punk. But I don't think Punk's going to win. Right? I think they're doing some of the greatest hits of John Cena right now. Right? People want to see the Orton. They want to see the Orton match. They want to see the Punk stuff. Right? I mean, if Edge was still in WWE, you'd get that too, just so you know, which would be awesome. Right? But I think Cody's the one who's going to take that belt off him. But CM Punk versus John Cena is going to be in Saudi Arabia. I believe it's Riyadh. Right? At Night of Champions. Which apparently too will hold, I think, the King and Queen of the Ring finals. I think is what they've been talking about. Speaking of King and Queen of the Ring, that tournament stuff got started with 2 fatal 4-ways. All right. Now, in the fatal 4-way, men's version, Sami Zayn won. Don't be surprised if Sami Zayn goes all the way to the finals here. Okay? He beat Penta, Braun Breaker, and someone else. Can't remember off the top of my head right now. Right? And the other one, it was Liv Morgan, Kairi Sane, Roxanne Perez, and who else was it? Can't remember off the top of my head right now. Either. But Roxanne Perez won. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking right now. You guys are commenting down below, probably saying, Andrew, you're too insane about this Roxanne Perez thing. Not. But I think Roxanne Perez should win this dude. Like I thought she should have won other things. Right? But they didn't do that. Beyond me why. But Roxanne Perez, to me, would be a good ideal candidate to win. She gets a title shot. Right? Obviously, the Money in the Bank contract's there in line. Naomi's wasn't on Raw. Naomi has no intention by the looks of it to cash in on Raw. At all. No intention. Which could be a curveball. But no intention. Right? So which leaves me Roxanne Perez to gotta get that title shot, I think. Now, obviously, next week, we have another women's fatal 4-way match for the tournament, right? Which will feature the return of ASUKA, who's been out for about a year and a half, I think. So, be great to see her back. I'm looking forward to seeing ASUKA, seeing if she's still gonna do the candle paint, or maybe just go back to like the old stuff, right? The Empress of Tomorrow stuff. Who knows? But it's looking forward to seeing ASUKA. It's be great to see her, right? Hopefully she advances. Who knows? Who knows? Now, if you guys are familiar with our Ron Killings, you're about to be. That's right. R-Truth came back at Money in the Bank. Cost John Cena the match and the thing. He came in on Raw and talked about some stuff. About how the truth will set him free. A little joking R-Truth here. Like he has been in a number of years. He was talking more as Ron Killings. If you don't know who Ron Killings is, he was really popular. He was a former NWA World Champion in TNA. He's a very, very talented wrestler. As much as people like to consider him more of a comedic act nowadays, which he's been for a number of years, he is a former NWA champion. He's a very, very good and talented wrestler. right? It'd be interesting to see what they do with our truth here, with our killing, with Ron Killings here. I'm kind of side by like which what they're gonna do. If it's like art, if it's Ron Killings like they did in TNA, you're probably waiting for a good treat because he was very good and popular in TNA. But honestly, that was also when he was younger. He's 54 now, completely different type of age. So we'll see what happens there. I'm looking forward to it. What happens with our truth, or sorry, Ron Killings. Final thing we're gonna talk about. So JC Jane pretty much had herself a title match on NXT this week. She won, right? With some help from, Fatal Influence. Now, that's not really the news. The thing come out of it, though, is that JC Jane will be featured in a title match, putting her title on the line at Evolution 2 or Evolution, which is the women's full out pay per view. No men involved, no nothing, just women. The first one was really good. For those out there who don't know about it, go about and watch Evolution, the first one. Right? The main event was kind of the main event. Ronda Rousey was against Nikki Bella. It's kind of whatever, right? But there was a Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair match that was very good. Trish Stratus and Lita were in there as a tag match. It was a very good show, right? Showcased a lot of very talented women in the WWE who some in time have gone on to win multiple titles, right? Or just gone on, left WWE and had very successful in other places. It's a very good show. So what happened was JC Jane, after she won her title, Ava came out, the general manager of NXT, who also happens to be The Rock's daughter, firstborn, right? Came out and basically said, you're going to be at Evolution and you're going to face the winner of a Fatal 4-Way. That's going to happen on June 24th, right? So there's going to be 4 single matches, that is. One of them I happen to see was going to be Jordynne Grace versus Lola Vice. Another one I believe was Lash Legend, I think, versus Kalani, or Kalani versus Zarya, or Lash Legend versus, I think, Jada Parker. I'm not too sure. I can't remember what the match was. I kind of showed them relatively quickly. But I know the one match is Jordynne Grace versus Lola Vice. In my humble opinion here, I wouldn't mind seeing Lola Vice get into that Fatal 4-Way, but it's probably be Jordynne Grace. Right? So right now, I think my pick for that, for who's going to take out JC Jane, will probably be Jordynne Grace. Right? So maybe I was wrong when I said Jordynne Grace probably won't hold the title in NXT. Assuming it happens. But Jordynne Grace could win that title, beat JC Jane, because I don't see JC Jane holding that title against beating Jordynne Grace. I just don't see it at all. If you do, hey, you're a better man than I am, right? But JC Jane, to me, right, even though it's great that she won the title, they gave her the title, she's a career NXT girl, and it's almost like her reward for it. I just don't see her holding the title long. That's nothing against her as a performer, as her as a character. I just don't see it. When you have people like Jordynne Grace there, right? I don't see Zarya doing it because I think Zarya is that whole thing with Soul Rogue is going to happen at some point. I'm going to stick by that one until it happens, right? But Jordynne Grace, to me, this kind of tournament to me is set up for Jordynne Grace to win, right? Now, could there be a possibility here that Blake Monroe gets into this Fatal 4-Way, right, by having her first singles match that made it qualify there? Maybe I missed that part. Maybe it did say Blake Monroe in the match, in one of the singles matches. Maybe I missed that. Probably don't think so, though. But could it possibly happen? Absolutely it could. Right? Do I think Blake Monroe is going to win that title? Absolutely. Right? So if it's possible that she gets into that Fatal 4-Way match, or to those 4 singles matches, then gets into the Fatal 4-Way, and then wins that, and then goes off to face JC Jane, 100%. I can see that being a scenario. She's not scheduled to be in that right now, but it's a good possibility she might be. We'll see. But JC Jane will be in Evolution. Good for them. They should just do this thing like this. I think the last one was like 2015. I think it was. Right? Comment down below and just maybe fact check me on that one. I think it was 2015. Might have been. Um, it might have been later. Maybe 2004. Maybe 2016 or 17. I'm not even too sure. Let me take a look at a quick little Google search here. You know. No, 2018. It was off by the 3 years. So yeah, 2018 was the first one. So it's been several years since they've done one. It's high time they do it. It should be in my opinion, this should be a yearly thing, right? Especially in between SummerSlam and all that stuff there, right? Between WrestleMania, SummerSlam, you can easily have WWE Evolution. Somewhere down the line, right? It's they said the first one was good. The second one, look who we're gonna have on there now. You're probably gonna have obviously Rhea Ripley's gonna be on there. You're probably gonna have Becky Lynch, Lara Valkyria, right? You might have Bianca Belair on there. You probably have Jade Cargill. It's gonna be really good, right? Because all these women go absolutely ape crap on a lot of things. So I'm looking forward to it, right? Speaking of Evolution, since she was in the first one too, Nikki Bella's back. She looks like she's doing another run here. I don't know how long of a run she's going to have. Might be a temporary thing, nothing. I think she might just be there to maybe to help out the women a little bit. Maybe win, say, the IC title, women's IC title. Maybe. Maybe go back and win the women's title. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. But we'll see. But Nikki Bella is back, folks. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Comment down below if you're happy about that. Comment on how you guys feel about this. Because I'm kind of just there with it. It's Nikki Bella. I was never a Bella fan, to be honest, you guys. I was never a Nikki Bella fan, right? So to me, it's just like, eh. But hey, good for her coming back, right? Hopefully, hopefully she does well in this second go around or maybe fifth go around, right? Obviously, Brie's not there, but it might be working towards maybe Brie coming back for a match. Who knows, right? As long as she has the allegiances to AEW. Anyway, guys, that's all I got this week. So far for news wise. Talk to you again probably in a day or two. Have a good one, folks. Hope you guys liked the shirt I did there too. Looks like you did. Prepare for more coming up probably too, because I'm probably starting to do some more of that stuff there too. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching here. This is DA Wrestling. Make sure you follow us on all our socials at DA Wrestling on X, DA Sports on TikTok. Right? Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Podbean. Right? DA Wrestling. We thank you very much. Don't forget to click that subscribe there, guys. Have a good one. Peace out. Andrew out.